FYI, if you're unaware, there was a page missing from this chapter of Boku no Hero Academia. It wasn't translated. It might be translated the time this video is uploaded, but of the time of me making this video right now, there was a page missing from the MS translation of Boku no Hero Academia, and I might show it on the screen, I don't know, but there was no translation for him. From what was going on in the page, it just showed Ochiko, it showed Bakugo, Izuku, and all that just showed what was kind of going on, and most likely how they're all going to the same objective or whatever, trying to hunt down Overhaul. But it wasn't really explained what the dialogue was in that scene, so I really have no idea. But still, there was a page missing in this chapter, so if you're unaware of it, there you go. Just making sure I clarify and let you know. So it's not translated right now, but just making sure more people are aware. So, time I upload this video, it might already be retranslated or whatever. It might be up on the MS site and all that. Just letting you all know. But anyways, though, with that being said, let us talk about this latest chapter of Boku no Hero Academia. All Might's deadline, it has been set. He will die in a year or two. The year he's currently in or the next. And it's pretty sad because it's something that we all are very aware of. And I really love the little tidbit in this chapter that emphasizes how All Might thought he was really going to die when he went up against All for One. I really like that. I really love how Horikoshi actually wrote that in this chapter, and it made it feel very real. Because let's think about what All Might's been going through throughout these past 6 years. He found out he had a deadline. He was going to die a very sad and pathetic death, pretty much, and he was told this by Night Eye. And when he finally stood up against, All for One, he figured his time has finally come. He figured it's time for him to finally die against All for One. He expected it to happen. He even reveals that in this chapter, which puts a lot more meaning into that fight. He walked into that fight knowing he probably was not coming back. He figured he was dead when he entered that fight. And it was such a sad chapter when you really factor that in, because there were so many moments in the All for One versus, One for All fight that really got emotional, especially when All for One was picking on All Might. It's like, oh, why aren't you smiling and all that? And he was just bullying All Might. It really adds emphasis to what All Might was thinking in that moment when he was fighting All for One. He thought he was going to die. This was going to be his final moments. Everybody was watching this fight, and when you see this man struggling to stay alive, you're like, oh my god, it makes so much more sense now. And just what he was feeling throughout that entire fight. He figured he was dead, but he still kept pushing forward, and it takes tremendous amount of strength to be able to continue moving forward, even if you're already told that you're going to die in 6 to 7 years, because if you found out that you're going to be dying in that little of time, 6 to 7 years really isn't that long. In the grand scheme of things, it isn't. And if you find out about this, you're going to die a very pathetic end, and you see how your time is reaching closer and closer, it's going to be hard to move forward and continue to fight against what is actually going to come. And seeing how All Might didn't just roll over and die, it just shows you how strong he was and how strong his spirit was within himself. And that moment when he overcome All for One, it really just hits you. Like, in that moment, he was probably surprised. Did he defeat fate? Or did he just beat a little obstacle and his fate was yet to come? For instance, he was going to die very soon. And that just hits you like, damn, finding this out about All Might. And it really just, I'm like, holy shit, just seeing this connection with Izuku and All Might, and it's not just a teacher and student relationship, and it's not even just about being a successor either, it's a really friendly relationship, and it's kind of like a dude just relating to Izuku. It's like, hey, like, I'm gonna be dying, and I want to see you, grow into a great hero. I want to see you become the next hero that, is the main foundation block for the entire world, but I won't be able to see that, most likely. And I like how real this was. I love how this chapter tried to show that it's not gonna be all sunshine and rainbows. That's not what it's gonna be. Yes, it's a shonen. There's probably gonna be some certain things here and there that's gonna be overall happy when All Might probably eventually passes, but overall, it's not gonna be to where everything, gets, clarity, or, gets, I guess, confirmed to have a good conclusion to it, like a happy conclusion. All Might is probably going to die, and Izuku's probably not going to get to have what he wants entirely. For instance, All Might seeing him become the great hero that he eventually will become in the future. So that's sad. That's really sad when you think about that and you put that in perspective, and just exactly how All Might, he knows this, and when he makes these promises or says these certain things, you realize he's probably factoring in his remaining time in this world. So if this does indeed happen, like All Might succumbs to death, it's probably going to be a very sad death. I've talked about this in the past. I've said that All Might, his fight against All for One, I figured he was going to die there because of all the death flags and everything that he got throughout the series. I just figured he was going to die. And even All Might himself figured he was dead as hell in that fight, but he survived it. Against impossible odds, somehow he survived. But he is not out of the red zone yet. He is still destined to die. And you remember what I said a long time ago when All Might lost his powers? I said there's only two things that most likely is going to happen here. And it's an eventual possibility. Either All Might, he's going to be able to live out his remaining days in peace or whatever, see Izuku grow up into a hero. He's going to pass on and he's going to have a peaceful death. Or villains that have been affected by All Might are going to resurface, hunt down All Might, and kill All Might. Because the villain world is in an uproar right now. Villains are attacking each other. There's new villains rising up trying to be the top dog or whatever since All for One is gone. And because of this, it's not just the heroes world changing, it's also the villains. There's a lot of shifts in power going on. And obviously, since All Might has weakened, he no longer has his abilities. He no longer can be that symbol of peace. He is an easy target. There's two things that could happen to All Might that could be very tragic. Either A, All Might is taken down by a villain that he's tried to put into custody a long time ago, or they know about him, and All Might gets captured and killed by a villain because he's just so weak now. Or number two, they attack All Might's close friends, and All Might can't do anything about it because he is powerless, and he throws himself into danger even though he is powerless, because that's just the type of person he is. It's been proven time and time again he's a character very similar to Izuku, and so I feel like if push comes to shove, and if, let's say, Izuku, Bakugo, and all them were captured or whatever, they were in mortal danger, All Might definitely, he wouldn't even care if he didn't have powers. He would still rush in danger and try to save them. I know for a fact that's the type of person All Might is. He would definitely do that. And I feel like that's probably how All Might's going to die. Either he's going to die by trying to save people, and he risks his own self, and villain's going to realize who he is, or he's going to just be hunted down because he's just so weak and powerless that they're just going to take him out because he can't fight back even against the weakest villains. One or the other most likely is going to happen, and it's going to be sad when it does, because if Nine Eyes, foresight is really something to go by, and it is something that does happen, it's destined to happen, I'm curious. I'm very curious to see how he will go down. So, besides that, let's talk about the second half of the chapter, which is a little bit of a happier tone compared to what the first half of the chapter was, which, I mean, I like the dark contrast with the light contrast. It really makes for a good chapter. And the second half of the chapter kind of shows a little bit more insight to what's going on with Ochako and also Tsuyu and how they're getting their training, their internship, and kind of who they're working with right now. So apparently they're working with Hado and all that, one of the big three, because they got their internship through her. So similar to what Izuku is doing with Togata and how he got set up with Night Eye, Hado set up Ochako and Tsuyu with this person called Ryukyu? I think that Dragonhead Ryukyu? I think that is the name. If I got that wrong, please forgive me. But I just want to comment on the designs real quick. As always, Horikoshi has that spot-on designs for characters. Not just female characters. Like, oh my god, the fucking designs for the female characters. Oh my god, like, oh. But, I mean, besides just them being female, just the designs of characters are always straight fire. Like, they always look fucking fantastic. And once again, I need to emphasize really, really good character designs to the characters introduced in this chapter. I really love Hado's outfit. I love her hero costume. It looks so good, regardless of her just being a female character. I just love the way the outfit is. It's just so different from what you normally see. And then also Ryukyu and all that, or Ryukyu, whatever, the dragon head. Still a very good design as well. Just a lot of good designs. Horikoshi never holds back when it comes to him designing different characters or whatever. It's something he's really good at. There's one thing I really love about Boku no Hero Academia. It is the art and how characters can look so unique and different from what you're normally used to from a shonen or seinen or whatever, any type of manga. It looks so different, and you can easily remember characters just because of the way Horikoshi, you know, actually writes and draws these characters. And that's why I love the villains too. Villain designs are always actually usually better than even the hero designs, which, holy shit, I mean, I'm not even gonna joke. I prefer the villain designs over hero designs because they, holy hell, there's some monstrous looking villains. I've talked about this many times in the past, but still, one of the big points of Boku no Hero Academia is the character designs, and once again, Horikoshi using that, what he's very talented at, to showcase that in this chapter. So keep being you, Horikoshi, and keep doing those great designs with the characters. So yeah, overall chapter, very simple, focuses on All Might and Izuku's relationship, kind of continues on with last week's chapter, what was going on, but also it focuses on Ochako and Tsuyu and kind of how they're getting their training. And then, like I said, there was a cutout page with Bakugo and all that, so I don't know what was completely going on there, but we'll have to see when it finally gets translated. And oh yes, another thing as well I do want to talk about, apparently Ochako's group and all that, they are going to be looking into overhaul as well. So it seems like Night Eye's group and also Ochako's group, they're going to be coming together and they're going to be probably investigating the same person. So there's a possible tag team going on eventually later down the road in this arc for them to work together to take down Overhaul, uncover his plan. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I love you all so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.